All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, Trading Simplified. Let's break down Sunday stock watch. Let's go through the Qs, SPY, let's break down SMH, and then we'll go over the Magnificent Seven and then other individual equities as we are going through this. So we had a pullback. We had the tariffs, the US tariffs, 100% on China. That has caused a pullback. If you look here, $613 pulling back. We pulled back about 3 to 4% to $590 per share. So something interesting doesn't mean the stock market's crashing. I mean, you just look at it. We finally needed something for a pullback here. And when we look at this in the 5-year chart, it's clear as day that we are still trading at the top of this channel. Anybody that's nervous is just a newbie investor. They don't really know what they're doing. I mean, look at these pullbacks. 615 down to 590. It's not a big deal. It's 3 to 4%. What I'm hoping for is we can get some pullbacks to this range right here. Be good buying opportunities. I'm already starting to dollar cost average in on some stocks. You can see that on the video I posted for the members only. But right here on 550 is really where we're looking for the Qs. And an overall move like that, if we did pull back that much further, would be about a 6 to 7% pullback, which would be normal for an index fund. So not a big deal. It really just comes down to that. So, keep your head on a swivel. It's really not that big of a deal. We had a pullback, Qs. It's trading at the top of the channel. We did need that rejection. Now let's look for moves back to the support level, which is clear as day at the $540 level. Would love to start getting a little bit more buying the dip on this, but I'm not buying yet. I'm being patient. I'm waiting. I think it's good to just wait. Let's see where it goes. Let's see if the market is going to continue staying bearish. Usually when you get a big red candle like this, you might get a short-term pop, but usually you start to get the other side where you start to have some fear come in. Same thing moving in with this SPY right here. Looking at $640 per share. Guys, it's not that big of a pullback. Everybody makes videos, the stock market's crashing. It's all BS. It's just to get clickbait. This is a 3% pullback. And looking at it here, if we can get a pullback another 5%, at least to 640, I would prefer at SPY back down to like 630. That would be nice to get that pullback. So we reviewed Q and SPY. Let's go over SMH, and then we're going to hit the Mag 7 stocks. $348. This is going to be a little more volatile. 348 to 325 is a 7% pullback on the SMH. For those of you that are studying SMH, this is the semiconductor VanEck. All right, that's like your NVIDIA or AVGOs. We want to pull back to 300. So we want to see a pullback to 300, which is clearly areas of support. And that would be about another 10% pullback in that range. And that is definitely not out of the question. It is possible. Let's jump to some of the stocks that we've been watching. And you guys know I've been trading Amazon. I post a lot of videos on Amazon on TikTok. We've been starting to really scalp Amazon. Amazon is offering excellent opportunities. We made another 2,000 on them the other day. We posted that video, probably about 3,000 this week just on Amazon, which is nice. It used to be UNH where I made over 35,000 trading them, but now it looks like Amazon is going to be the next stock that I continue to day trade. I look for these big caps that sell off, and I go in with a good amount of capital, and I try to scalp or swing trade these, especially with earnings coming up in 2 to 3 weeks. Looking here, you can see on this chart that we do have support at this 216 level. You have 4 spots that it's already touched, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want to see, is 216 going to hold tomorrow? On Tuesday, I can imagine that potentially holding, but it's something that we need to be cautious of watching this. But what I really want to see is we have $212 per share. These are levels that are showing signs of support. And when you look at Amazon, it is a beast of a company, but they have earnings coming up and you can get some good swing trade opportunities. I would really love to see this 212 get retested, which definitely is possible. It's only a 2% pullback, but at the end of the day, a pullback to 200 would definitely get me excited. At 7% pullback from there. Because if you think about it, before earnings, we're trading at 238. If we get a pullback even to 212, that's 11% down for the year. And if we get a pullback down to 200, that's a 16% pullback. So that would be very nice looking at them. Definitely keep an eye on that. Apple now. Apple stock is next. Apple stock year to date pulled back 260 down to 245. I'm not interested until we get to this 233 level. Apple has really had a good run. Look at on the 5-year chart. Look at this view here. We are trading in the middle of the channel. This is normal. Let's see if we can get a pullback a little deeper down to that $230 range. and retest right here. That would be nice. And the further down, the better. Tesla sold off big time. If you look at Tesla just on a one-day chart, it's pretty wild. It went from $443 all the way down to $411. Big move for Tesla. That's normal though. I mean, that's a Tesla move right there. I just want to see what percentage drop that was real quick. 443 down to 413. It's a 6% drop. So whoever bought at 450, I feel bad for you, but that's just how the game goes. Now let's look at, we want to look for $400 on Tesla, looking at that. Let's look at Google stock. Google stock, we have shares so much lower than this, around 160 we bought in the YouTube portfolio, which you could have access to if you just pay for the WAP, you join the membership. We have a bunch of guys, investors in there, traders in there. So that's over 20 people you get 20 ideas from, which is awesome. We're looking for pullbacks on Google back to this $208 range. That would be the range I'd be looking for. We still have a long way to go. It just looks like these big cap stocks are a little overbought at this point, and they have potential pullbacks. What I like about Netflix though, this is Netflix stock trading at 340. I mean, let me know if you think I'm wrong here, but when I'm looking at Netflix, I feel like we are trading in this channel. This is like the channel that I see with Netflix, and we are just consolidating. And if we can break above this, I think we can potentially make higher highs. And right now it's trading up near that $1,220 spot, so it's got to get above this to be able to move forward. It's just something that I've noticed looking at them, and that's what right there. Let's go over Nvidia stock. Nvidia stock is trading. We have 6-month chart right here. So here we go at the 180 right here. Is retesting it. It looks like it's rejecting a little bit at the 183. And if it does, you're going to be trading in this channel. I mean, Nvidia has been trading in this channel from 172 to 183, just broke above it, and now it's going back into it. So it will be interesting to see how it does handle this. Is it going to, what I'm looking for, is it going to break this, retest 180, consolidate, and then push lower? That would be interesting to see. And then Apple stock. We did Apple already. Let me move forward to the next one. We did AMD. AMD right here. Just want to reset the chart. There's an interesting trade setup coming on this. AMD went to 240, it got pumped, pulled back to 214. If it does not hold 204, this is a monster gap that needs to be addressed. So let me just see right here, from 202 all the way down to 170 is a monster gap. So that's one big gap that needs to be filled. A tighter play on it would be right here, would be from, because you can see that we had resistance at 186 up here. But if AMD breaks this 202, you might have it flush down from 202 down to 186. And that would be interesting to see as well. I mean, there's definitely an opportunity there. Now, next, looking at Oracle stock. This is a stock that I'm interested in if we can get a further pullback. It blasted up after earnings to 345, but it's got that huge gap fill to 260. So with that gap fill, let me make this a little better on the 3-month chart. There is your gap fill. There's 260 right up here. We pulled back. We're breaking the 292. And now it is rejected and is trying to hold this level. So I want to see if we can break below this 290 here. And if we can break it, retest it, and then fail back down to 260, I think we're going to need some market weakness for that. Looking at Dutch Bros stock, it's an interesting stock. This stock has been basically hammered this year, $86 all the way down to $48. We have a retest potential here around $47.50 again, but we also have right here at $43 per share would be the next leg of support if we do go lower. So just keep that in mind. You are trading the downtrend right now, and if we start to dribble down here, I would understand if long buyers came in for that opportunity. Let's break down a few other stocks that I've been looking at. I think BBAI is interesting. BBAI, these companies do not do well earnings wise. I mean, you look at their earnings, these are companies that are getting pumped in the AI bubble. So you really need to be cautious. BBAI, I know that their earnings aren't that great, but they are one of the AI plays. So what I'd be looking for, I'm looking for deep pullbacks to $6 per share. We are still trading within this zone, which is $8.30 to about $6. So I would keep an eye on that, which would be interesting. Next, let's see here, Roblox, we got that. Microsoft, I just missed this big mag 7. Looking on the 5-year chart, they're still trading at the top of this red channel up here. So when you look at a 5-year chart, it doesn't look that scary overall when you see that market pullback, right? I mean, this is really what you got to pay attention to. Look at the big picture on these companies. Microsoft is playing at the top of this channel, and if you're looking for retests, 500 is obviously a psychological level. But if it gets worse, what we'll be looking for is, I would love to add more, around $450. You can see $450. Yeah, if the crypto we're going to do at the end of the video, I definitely will review that. Next here, I want to go over Nike stock. Nike stock is a stock that really has been downtrending when you look at this on the 6-month chart. Let's switch over to the 5-year. This just looks pretty brutal on Nike right now. All it's done is sell off. I do have some shares around the $68 range. We've been dollar cost averaging, collecting that dividend, but it's really been a play that I'm playing the turnaround play. So we're rooting for them, but right now it's not looking too good. You definitely have support around this $60 range. So I'm interested to load up a little bit more, but I know that I'm not trading the trend in my favor, and that's important to always pay attention to, but it's a stock that I want to hold, so I'm going to hold them in the YouTube portfolio for now, something that I am interested in. Let's see here. So next we have, that's SCHD. Let's look over OpenStock. OpenStock is that real estate digital company. You can basically buy and sell houses with an app on your phone. And it's interesting, it pumped to 1087, but you gotta sometimes look at reality here. In July, this was $1 per share. I think there's a lot more downside potential here with Open unless they can prove that they're making money on their earnings reports. But if they don't, I'm looking for moves back to 7 and then back to $6 per share on them. And then I just want to see if there's anything else before we review some of the crypto. Let's go over Meta real quick. Meta is trying to hold on to this $700 range, holding on to this $7 range here. That is an interesting play right there. So we just have to be cautious. Watch this right here. $700 would be awesome if we can break that level and start heading lower.